I think we got to 1,000 the day after Christmas, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so we got to 1,000 on December 26th. Today we're filming this on January 12th. So what is that? That's about 17 days. 17 days later, I know we've already added another 60 or so subscribers since then. So you can see
Exactly.
the trajectory is picking up. And that's what happens. That's the exciting part about this is it took forever, 60 something or 59 episodes to get to 1,000. But by episode 75, we might be at 2,000. And then by at episode 80, we might be at 3,000. And by episode 100, we might be at 10,000. It just, that's the way YouTube channels go. I've monetized. This is my fourth YouTube channel that I've monetized now. And that's always the way it goes. The first 1,000 takes the longest.
Takes the longest. And what blows my mind is that we already had the watch time hours. We were at 4,200, I believe, for the watch time hours, and we're still on not getting the 1,000 subscribers. But I was more worried. I always been more worried about the watch time hours. Like, I thought 4,000 hours was way too much for a whole year.
Well, to be quite honest with you, that's what I've always seen with the shorter content platforms, where my other YouTube channels are generally 5 to 15 minute videos. I would always hit 1,000 subscribers before I hit 4,000 hours of watch time. I think
Exactly.
the long form is what flipped that on its ear, so to speak.
And something that you have to realize also is 4,000 hours of watch time in a single year. So we had already passed our year. So I will see my watch time go down and then go up, go down and then go up, go down and go up because it was for the year, right? So we posted episodes last year at the same time. So then those episodes don't count anymore for the watch time. So it was like going up and down. But yeah, I was worried about it. But at the end, we ended up beating it by so much, so many hours, over 200 hours. And I mean, yeah, just how you say, it's a milestone. I was super excited because we're monetized, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, there's more money coming in, right? It's just like, no, we just hit a milestone that we've been working so hard to hit, and then from here it's just gonna grow, as you say, right? Just how you said, it could be next month where we have another 1,000 followers, and then keep following and repeating that.
And I think that's why so many people fail to really get that momentum is because the hardest part is the beginning. So we already talked about how growth is going to be slow in the beginning, but guess what? In the beginning, you also have no idea what the heck you're doing. So every episode was difficult. In the beginning, we started, I mean, figuring everything out for ourselves. And, you'd create short form content, and I'd edit the long form content just because not that we couldn't afford to hire an editor, but we just wanted to figure it out, right? To understand it. So in the beginning, we were just, working and putting in all this extra time for no money and no growth. And now that we're actually seeing the growth trajectory pick up, it's also a lot easier. We get on, we talk for an hour, we either talk amongst ourselves or we have an interview scheduled like we do for next episode,
Hmm.
and it takes an hour. Then we upload everything, we send it to our editor, and she handles the long form video and she handles all the short form content. And it's easy, I guess is the best way to say it. So the beginning is going to be the toughest,
Yep.
but the hard work is done before the results come. That's just kind of the way everything goes.
And I remember when we first started, I think it was like our second month, maybe 8 episodes in. And then you were like, this is the point where people give up right here. Like this is the point where people just stop doing it because they don't see that instant gratification, right? Those instant results. Our views started high and then they went down a little bit, right? And then that you told me exactly, this drop is where people stop making content. This is the
Yeah,
point where people give up.
Yeah, because everyone who's going to start a podcast probably has some sort of built-in audience. It might not be huge. It might be a couple thousand people. It might be a following on TikTok. It might be a small email list. But if you're going to start a podcast, you probably already have some sort of following. So what happens in the beginning? You announce this thing that you're super excited about because it's brand new to your list, who is excited to see something new from you. So yeah, your views go up in the beginning and then they drop because people are like, oh, just another episode.
Yeah.
And you're exactly right. I think it was about episode 8. And we'd spent all this time. We weren't making any money. We'd spent all this time with editing and figuring everything out, and our views were going down on a weekly basis. And that's exactly what I said. This is where people give up, Andre. And it's true. I bet you if you went on whatever podcast platform you listen to and just started searching some of the podcasts, I bet you're going to find a lot of podcasts that have like 6 to 10 episodes and they haven't posted since 2022.
Yeah, Yeah, it's just people just they just give up, right? And but yeah, it was hard. In the beginning it was hard, like trying to like edit everything, setting out the structure.